All right, it's time to deal with the gift that keeps on giving, which in my case is this chestnut tree. It's massive, and it's nice. Provides me shade in the summertime, but this time of year, it first drops all of the chestnuts in their spiky little casings, and then it layers leaves on top. So you can see some of the leaves there. So this tree gives me an abundance of chestnuts, chestnut casings, leaves, and branches. I've raked it up once already. It's time to rake it up again. I have to stay on top of it, even though I've got all those leaves up there still. If I wait for them all to fall, I won't even be able to put a rake through that with all the weight of the chestnuts. I'll show you what they look like. These are what the chestnuts look like. They come in these little casings with spikies on them, and they get kind of heavy, so I have to stay on top of them and keep raking them. Today you get to watch a man work. Who doesn't like that? So on the topic of ornamental trees that cities plant, I think it's a great idea. I think trees are an excellent fixture to have in any city. They certainly clean up the air, reduce the level of pollution, especially from the streets. But I've always wondered why more useful trees aren't planted, like why not apple trees or trees that have nuts that are edible. And there are some trees like that in Nelson. There are some hazelnut trees. There's a walnut tree up from my house. The crows love it. Maybe sometime I'll get some footage of them cracking those nuts on the street. Really quite incredible. So there we go, our second big pile for the year. I reckon there's a couple of boxes in there. It's really too bad. You can't compost these leaves. They contain an alkaloid in them that will poison your compost. So I was paying, $20 to $40 to haul the city's trees' leaves to the dump. And they said, oh, just throw it on the street. I thought they were being facetious, but it's true. You throw these on the street beside your house, and they come along and clean them up with a dump truck and a front end loader for free. So I'm gonna do that now, throw that in the box, get those on the street and off the lawn until round 3 presents itself. One good reason why fruit trees aren't planted along the roadways in Nelson in particular is the bear hazard. This city of Nelson is situated kind of in a park, in a sense. It's a beautiful town, but there's mountains all around with bears, and they do come into town and try to pillage the fruit trees if you don't pick your fruit. And so that might be a good reason to not have a bunch of fruit trees with fruit that isn't being picked all over the city. You would probably just attract more wildlife. I don't know, it seems to me that a bit of a waste though. Like maybe you could have a program where the fruit is picked and given away to those less fortunate before the bears get at it. I suppose it would be a logistical nightmare. This chestnut tree, it is pretty. It's a lot of work to clean up after it. It's not even my tree, it's the city's tree. But I've sort of found a sense of enjoyment and satisfaction in cleaning up after it. Really wish there was something I could do with the chestnuts. I tried eating them once, and that is a huge no-no. More than 2 will give you digestive distress. And like I mentioned earlier, you can't compost it either. The alkaloids in it will poison your garden. So it's a nice ornamental tree, but sadly quite useless. Some people use the chestnuts to scare away spiders. That's pretty much the only use I've found for them so far. There we go, all cleaned up. Till tomorrow, then I get to do it all again. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please hit subscribe for more great content. See you next time.